Thank you so much for checking out this video. Here is how you create your first company that generates over $10,000 per month in recurring revenue. So I've already gone through this on the board for another video, but I'm gonna go through it again. All of my videos stem from a tweet. So if you want to be the first one to see this information, go to my Twitter, @KeithMulvaney Jr., and I'll talk about all these 5 steps right here, as you can see that I've already gone over. So here is how I create a business that does over $10,000 per month in recurring revenue, what I look for, and then once we're up and operating, what do I do, right? What do I focus on? These are the 5 steps that I have in place for you guys right now. So very first one is identify a gap. Pretty much what this means is identify a problem and create a solution for it. So now that doesn't mean go and try and reinvent the wheel or do anything super crazy, but it's red ocean, blue ocean, right? So find a red ocean, a market that already exists, and just have a blue offer. So just have a better offer than anybody competing in that industry, plain and simple. That's all you have to do. It's all about the offer. As Alex Hormozi says, you have to have that grand slam offer. That's nothing but the truth, right? Now, once I've identified the gap, right? I've identified a problem that everybody seems to struggle with. I feel confident in the solution that I'm bringing to the table. Well, now I want to see, hey, if I actually want to bring this to market, how much is it going to cost me to start the business? And then once the business is started, what are the profit margins? Does it have high profit margins? So with my company, Vervo Digital, we focus on providing digital marketing to financial advisors, wealth managers, really anybody that falls under SEC or FINRA regulation, just because it's very underserved. These business owners feel like they can't really do or participate in any sort of marketing activities because of the SEC or FINRA. So what did Vervo Digital do? I created Vervo Digital to solve that problem. We're a fully SEC FINRA compliant digital marketing agency, right? And now I identified the gap, right? Identified the problem, created the solution, bringing it to market. But before I brought it to market, I thought, hey, how much is it going to cost me to start this business? Well, Vervo Digital was less than $1,000 to start. And then what are my profit margins? Well, for Vervo Digital, we have 85% profit margins, and our average sale price is about $1,500 MRR. So monthly recurring revenue. That's what it costs, $1,500. Now, the beautiful thing is that if I land one client, I make all my money back plus an additional 50%. This business so far checked both of the boxes for me. So I was able to, again, identify the problem, create a solution, was extremely low cost. It was around $1,000 to start Vervo Digital, and it has extremely high profit margins, 85%. You can operate on 85% profit margins. Now, the next thing in line is forming a strategic partnership. So when it comes to digital marketing, I'm not a digital marketing expert, right? But I had already identified this problem. I knew that there was a solution to be had. I did my due diligence. I figured out what that potential solution was. And then from there, I needed somebody that could actually do the fulfillment. Who is the digital marketing expert? Who can actually, who can actually bring this solution to market, and let's make some money off this, right? So I formed a strategic partnership with my now business partner. So my now business partner for Vervo Digital is a digital marketing expert, knows everything about SEO, backlinks, domain authority, can take it to the next level, can do it for small, medium businesses all the way to the large enterprise space. So having a strategic partnership is extremely important. So I only own 50% of every single business that I start because I'm always going to partner with an operator, somebody who can either, is going to provide value to the day-to-day, do the fulfillment. I'm very client-facing, sales side. I have my set of, systems and processes that I bring to the table that, call it generic, that work for every single business that's involved, that's SaaS or an agency. I bring that to the table as something I always keep in mind. And then I find somebody that is the fulfillment. So my strategic partner here. Now, all right, these 3 boxes are checked. You've identified the gap. You figure out it's low cost to start, extremely high profit margins, and you have an operator. Right? You formed that strategic partnership already. Well, let's say in this hypothetical situation, you're up and running, you have your partnership, you guys are ready to get going, and maybe maybe you have your first client, maybe you have 2 clients, whatever that might look like. Well, The next two on the list is delegate and RGA. So RGA stands for revenue generating activities. Once you are up and running, you should not be focusing on anything other than RGA. If it does not generate you revenue, do not do it. If it's a small little minute task, delegate. Hire somebody off Upwork for this $10 per hour task. Like, let them create the slide deck template, right? You can use artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, for just about anything now, right? Outsource it. Pay somebody a few dollars an hour to do these tiny little tasks for you that aren't making you money. Focus 100% of your time on RGA. So because you're the appointment setter, because you're the closer, because your partner is 100% of fulfillment, well then make sure that you're only focusing on revenue generating activities, because you need to make money so that you can get performance-based appointment setters in place, right? You need to get a closer in place so that you can start to step away. Now, again, all goes back to delegation, right? But the big thing here, this is what I focus on, tying it all together when creating a company where I want to make at least $10,000 a month in recurring revenue. I identify a gap, I make sure it's low cost to start, high profit margin. I find an operator, somebody who's an industry expert, and then I delegate all $10 hour per task, and I only focus on revenue generating activities, right? And I do that all the way until maybe even $20,000 per month MRR. And then the money that we're making, I invest it back into the company. And now, rather than delegating only $10 per hour tasks, I delegate $20 per hour task, and then $100 per hour task. It just continues to scale. So that is what I do when creating a $10,000 per month company. I hope that you found some value in this. Again, these all start out as tweets. Follow me on Twitter @Keith Mulvaney Jr. Let me know your thoughts, and again, I hope this provided some value. Thank you.